Most people who come talk to me are in the middle of some kind of career transition. Maybe they're trying to get clarity on what they want to do next in their career. Maybe they're already looking for a new job or they're just starting a new job. Maybe they want to move to a new industry or a different function. Maybe they're considering launching their own business. Or maybe they just want to overhaul the way that they approach their job, being more effective, landing that promotion, and cutting out the daily stress and anxiety. No matter what kind of transition people are making, there's one fallacy that I see popping up again and again. It's a fallacy that feels very seductive. It will feel like it's the right thing to do. But if you listen to its siren song, it will only keep you stuck. Here's the fallacy. People think that in order to make their transition successful, they need to prepare more, when actually they need to pivot faster. Your brain is going to tell you that the best use of your time is planning and preparing. Your brain will tell you to spend hours, if not days and weeks, developing the perfect script for your job interview to guarantee that you get the job, or looking for the perfect roadmap for your career transition to ensure that you land in the best place for you. Or it'll tell you to spend lots of time researching the perfect morning routine so that you'll definitely be productive during the day, or building the perfect schedule for your sabbatical so that it's guaranteed to cure your burnout, or spending lots of time reading up on the perfect blueprint to launch your startups that it'll definitely become a unicorn. Your brain thinks that the plan will give you security. If someone can just give you the exact words to say, the exact steps to follow, the exact time blocks for your calendar, then you can put your head down, execute, and be guaranteed success. But here's what really happens. You make the perfect plan, and then inevitably, something goes off track. And your brain gets very freaked out. It tells you that was the perfect plan. It was supposed to save us. It was supposed to guarantee success. And then your brain insists that you drop everything, go back to the drawing board, and spend lots of time making a new perfect plan. Your brain will say, stop all action, pull back the troops. We have to retreat into the cave and think very, very hard until we've come up with the new plan that's going to save us. And this is what keeps you stuck. Endless planning, very little action. Because the truth is, the answer is not in the plan. Security, it's not in the plan. Clarity is not in the plan. Clarity, security, the answer, all of those things are in the pivots. The plan is just a starting point. It's a rough first draft that is almost guaranteed to be wrong because you make it when you have the least information that you are going to have at any point in your journey. The real work begins when the plan falls apart and you understand why it fell apart so that you can make your first pivot. And then your first pivot falls apart and you understand why it fell apart so you can make your second pivot. And then your second pivot falls apart and you understand why it fell apart and you make your third pivot. So you don't need the perfect script for your job interview. You just need to say something, see how it lands. Try saying something else, see how it lands. You don't need the perfect roadmap for your career transition. You just need one idea for what you could do next. Then run a small experiment to test it. I have a whole series on quick and easy career experiments, by the way, which I've linked above. But run that experiment, see what you learn. Have another idea, run a small experiment to test it, see what you learn. You don't need the perfect morning routine, you don't need the perfect schedule for your sabbatical, and you don't need the perfect blueprint to launch your startup. You just need to get started with something, anything. You don't even have to believe that the thing you're getting started with is going to work. In fact, you can even do something that you're pretty sure isn't going to work. Let me give you an example. I spent a lot of my holiday break making grand plans for my business, for my health, and for my personal life. And even as I was making those plans, I was like 60% sure that they weren't going to work. I could sense, even as I was making them, that they were too ambitious, that I wasn't going to have the time and energy to execute. And I even suspected that some of them were approaching the problem from the wrong angle. You know what I didn't do? I did not put all those resolutions on pause and give myself another month of planning time. You know what I did do? I got started anyway. And guess what? My resolutions are failing as I expected. It's only the first full week of January and they are crumbling way faster than I expected. And I am learning so much from the specifics of the failures and it is informing my next pivot beautifully. I, like an absolute nerd, am literally so excited to make the next version of my plan because I think these learnings are gold. Version 2 is materializing in front of my eyes, and I can't wait to put it into action and have that fail and then build version 3 and have that fail and build version 4, et cetera, et cetera. So if you're in the middle of a career transition, you do not need to prepare more, plan more, research more, or strategize more. All you need to do is get started and pivot fast, because security is not in the plan. Security is in you. It's in the person who is more than capable of analyzing what isn't working, making a small adjustment for next time, and doing that again and again until you get it done. And I suggest that you have a thought partner while you do this. Someone who works with people in career transitions every single day and has seen this rodeo dozens of times before. Someone who can keep you accountable to planning just the right amount and then getting started. Someone who can help you analyze your failures and make the next pivot. And most importantly, someone who can pull your brain out of insecurity, out of fight or flight, and put it back into security and into flow, because that is what's really going to get you there. Your unique genius, your secure high performer self, your own personal state of flow. So come talk to me today and let's get started. The link to book a free consult call with me is above, or if you're listening on Instagram, it's at my link in bio.